This is another rehab I just did. Looking from the outside. This is on 1612 West 25th Street. Painted the floor. The patio right here. Come to the door. This is a truck I'm staying in. This is home sweet home. Unfortunately.
In my mid-20s, I had the opportunity of a lifetime, working side by side with the real estate investor who took me under his wings. For 5 years, we bought, renovated, and sold residential properties all over Jacksonville, Florida. Business was booming, and I was riding a wave of success. But then the market started to shift. Deals started drying up, calls stopped coming in, properties had to be liquidated, and bills started piling up faster than I could count. So when I lost everything, it wasn't just about the money or the opportunity. It felt like I was losing a part of myself. And when that kind of devastation hits, it's human nature to go through certain stages in order to survive it. In his book, Deep Survival, Laurence Gonzales talks about the Kübler-Ross model and how in his research, he found out that survivors who survived their calamity went through a period that psychologists call the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally acceptance. These stages aren't just for people who are dealing with the loss of a loved one. They're for anyone who's dealing with a life that is developing in a different way than they had planned. It doesn't matter if you're a successful real estate investor, student, or someone who just can't make ends meet. We all go through these stages when the shit hits the fan. Understanding these stages isn't about avoiding pain. It's about finding a way through it. Each stage is like a stepping stone, helping you process what just happened and then how to figure out what to do next. This is how I progressed through these stages the first time, and how you can learn from my experience. First stage is denial. I couldn't accept what was happening. I kept searching for one more deal, anything to prove to myself that this wasn't over. I kept telling my mentor that maybe we can do this and this, or pursue this route. Denial isn't about being blind, it's just about not wanting to let go of the situation. My inability to adapt to my situation was threatening my sanity. So whatever your unique situation is, if you're going through denial, here's an action step that you can do. Write down 3 undeniable facts about your situation. No sugarcoating. Stage 2 is anger. Once I stopped denying my situation, the anger came and it hit hard. I was mad at the way the market crashed. I was mad that I didn't see the crash coming. And I was mad that everything I built was taken away so quickly. At the time, it seemed like the world was just against me. Looking back, I realized that anger wasn't the problem, but wasting it was. I channeled all that frustration into something that I could control, like finding photos of the life that I wanted back and then creating a vision board in my truck. So what can you do when you're in this situation? Here's an action step. Channel anger into progress. Write down one action that you can control. Are you getting value from this video and want to continue to follow the journey? Hit that subscribe button. Let's get back to it. When that anger burned out, I did what anyone would. I began to start making deals in my head, thinking about all I needed is just one more deal and maybe everything could be fixed. Or promising God that I will be a saint and hopefully that he would be able to, in return, save me from this situation. This is where stage 3 began, which is bargaining. Bargaining was not about finding a solution. For me, it was about buying time, about not having to face what came next. I kept thinking that if I do this and this, or if I promise to do that and that everything will go back to normal. That wasn't the case. So what can you do when you find yourself in the bargaining phase in your unique situation? Here's an action step. Bargaining is all about trying to hold on to what's slipping away. Instead of making deals in your head, write down one thing that you're willing to let go of so that you can focus on doing the next important step. Sometimes the real progress comes from what you stop doing. When the deals didn't go through, and the calls stopped coming and there was no help from God, then reality hit. It wasn't just about losing money, it was about losing the sense of who I was. That's when I fell into the next stage, depression. The days blurred together. I didn't care about the next deal or the next day. I just wanted to get through the night. It wasn't just about being broke and embarrassed. It was about feeling that everything I did was for nothing. For me, this stage lasted about 10 months. It was a very difficult stage for me. So what can you do when you find yourself at this stage in your unique situation? Here's an action step. Commit to one small task per day, no matter how small it is. For me, the way out wasn't about doing something huge. It was just about doing something small, but consistently every day. Even if it was just about listening to a motivational audiobook or making another vision board. Eventually, I realized that coming to terms with my situation wasn't about giving up. It was about making a plan for the life I actually had, not the one that I just lost. That brought me to the fifth and final stage, acceptance. Acceptance was about letting go of the past, about building something new from whatever pieces were left. Once I stopped wasting energy on what I couldn't control, I finally was able to start focusing on what I could. Understand that progressing through these stages is different for everyone. In my unique situation, it took a full year for me to come to terms with this new reality I was living. And that gave me the mental capacity to start focusing on what I could do to change it. So what can you do when you find yourself at this final stage in your unique situation? Here's an action step. Write down one small action step that you can take today that could impact your current situation in a positive way. Acceptance isn't about giving up. It's about focusing on what you can do next to improve your current circumstances. Surviving rock bottom for me wasn't about luck. It was about mindset. If you want to see how I survived the next round of circumstances that I had to face, subscribe now to follow my series. Don't forget to comment below and tell me how you survived your own unique circumstances. And like and share this video with someone if you think it resonates with them.